YouTube, Rook here from Rook Geek Goodness, my little channel on the web for all things geeky and cool, and welcome to part 3 of my 3-part Mixel review for Series 3, the green wave here. We've already looked at the Glorp figure and the Glorp figure, which was his dog, and his little partner, which I found out were Mixels. These are these little black figures with the big white swirly face on the front. Those were the two I did in part 1 and part 2. Today we're looking at the Torts figure, which is the third and final piece of the 3-part wave. I'm also going to be putting together the Glorp Max core during my breakdown segment. So you'll see these two kind of in the shot, and then I'm going to be building Torts, of course, and then you'll see the combined form in the breakdown as well as my final thoughts. With that being said, let's head over to the breakdown segment. We're going to look at the Torts figure in depth. We'll look at the packaging. We'll look at the figure's paint, or any articulation the figure may have, and go to final thoughts for you, the viewer, should you buy Mixels Series 3. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to breakdown. Okay guys, we're in our breakdown segment looking at the third part of my 3-part review for the Mixels. We're looking at the Torts figure. Here's the packaging for Torts. This is the smallest piece count of all 3 builds. This comes in at 48 pieces, I believe. Yeah, 48 pieces. He makes a very small kind of squat figure. Very interesting figure though, but very, very small, shorter piece count. It took me approximately 7 minutes to build this figure. If we look at the back of the packaging here, of course we have all the figures in the green wave at the top. And you have all the pieces over here, which are all the parts that make the Glorp Max core. Of course, Torts is highlighted right here, I believe, right here. This is the guy we're looking at here, Torts. So, packaging aside, let's actually look at the figure itself. Nice little figure, same color scheme as all the other ones, Glorp and Glurt. Very, very small in stature, different looking. I mean, he has articulation on the legs, as you can see here. He is in the neon green, light green, and dark green with the highlight bits you can see in the back here and in the front. His arms are very weird because they're on kind of hinges, and they have these looks like pipes coming out, or poles with these little effects in the front here. He does have the googly eyes, which I do really like. If we actually look at the packaging, the actual booklet to build it, very similar to the other ones for Glorp and Glurt. Very quick build, like I said, about 7 minutes to put him together, and he had, I believe, 15 or 16 steps, just like the other one. So if we bring the other guys in, Glorp and Glurt, you'll see the family of all 3 of them. I'm assuming Glorp is probably the leader because he's the tallest looking guy. Glorp is here with his little Mixel buddy. So these are what all 3 would look like individually. Of course, we have Torts with the one we just looked at, Glorp, the tall one, and Glurt, the dog. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back, I'm going to put a cut in place here and build all 3 of them and put together the Glorp Max core. Again, the Glorp Max core is this guy right here. And there is no booklet to actually do the build off of. You have to go online to actually get the instructions to build the figure itself. So I'm going to put a cut in place. It'll be very, very quick cut for you. For me, it's going to take some time to put the figure together. Back in a second, guys. Okay guys, back from the break, and as you can see, this is Glorp Max core. I put him all together. It took me about 20 minutes to build him. One thing you may notice, I put all the bags in front of me so you can kind of get product placement here for all 3 of the actual figures themselves. Of course, we had Glorp, Glurt, and Torts. With the bags aside now, if we look, I have a huge stack of parts here that I had to strip all the pieces apart, all the figures apart, and this is what I was left with. This is the Glorp Max core completed. Very interesting figure, very, very squat. Reminds me sort of like the Ed 209 from RoboCop with these bent legs. Very, very nice type of appearance. Very, very stacked up figure. He has articulation on his tail back here. The arms have hinges. They bend at both the shoulder and on the, I guess you call it a bicep here as well. They have these weird snakes again that we saw on the Glorp and the Glurt figure. Same thing on the other side here. The legs, like I said, have double hinges at both the thigh and the, I guess you would call it the thigh and the calf. And he has, points on his feet, and he has these kind of holes that hang out of his mouth, which I do like how it looks here. I wish I would have used more parts. I feel like you had 3 figures, you combine them all together. I expected a little more out of this combination form because I got a huge stack of parts left over here, and I'm like, did I miss something? Went back through the instructions on my phone because that's where I downloaded all the instructions. It took me about 20 minutes, as I said. It was in 3 stages. You had to put, a bottom portion together and connect the front and the middle section, and then you had to build the arms and legs separately. But all in all, it's a very, very creative type of combiner form that we take 3 individual pieces and merge them together, like very much like a transformer. I've used that analogy through all 3 of these videos. Very similar type of nostalgic feel to a combiner. With that being said, let's go to final thoughts and wrap up this video. Okay guys, final thoughts on my complete review of the Mixels Series 3, the complete green wave. Of course, we had Glomp, Glorp, and Torts, and we completed actually it's pronounced the Glorp Corp Max. That's the actual combiner form here. Again, as I mentioned in the breakdown segment, he looks really, really cool. He used a mixture of all 3 parts for all 3 bags. The bright green, dark green, neon pieces, as well as this really cool tail and these weird pipes in his front here. Again, it has a very nostalgic feel of a combiner that you would see for Transformers, mixed with maybe like an Ed 209 for RoboCop. That's what it feels like. The shortcoming for this would be I have all these parts left over, which I mentioned in the breakdown. I thought there'd be more pieces to be incorporated into the actual final form. I don't like all these extra parts lying around. I wish there was more on this figure, but as a whole, it was an interesting build. It did take me about 20 minutes to put them together. Very, very fun little build. Now, as far as the final thoughts would go, would I recommend the Mixels Series 3? And mainly this guy here. It's a hit and miss in my opinion. It's a very fun build, different sort of project, different sort of property for Lego, something you normally don't see. I can see little kids getting into it because it's creatures and different things. It's not your play sets, your vehicles, your space figures, nothing along that lines. It's a little bit different. I wouldn't say it'd be a pickup for an adult collector. I think it's more for kids as a whole. But all in all, I was very impressed with these figures. I do like them. Would I get any more? Maybe. I don't know. But they're very interesting for a first time jumping in point for the Mixel figures themselves. With that being said, I hope you liked this video. Remember to click the like button. Always click that big subscribe button you see at the bottom of the page. It definitely helps the channel grow. You can always click Windows over here to see more of my content. And we are still chasing my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Again, that's going to be for the Star Wars Black Series Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker blue lightsaber, valued at $150 US, given to 1 winner. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care and bye-bye.